Welcome back to today's Newsmaker. We've been discussing the growing problem of cyberbullying. AT&T has or is helping in this effort to help students, parents, and educators tackle the cyberbullying crisis. Now, here to continue our conversation is Teresa Mask and Napoleon Harrington. And in our last segment, guys, we talked about some of the signs that parents can look for to know if their child is being bullied or if their child is the one who's actually doing the bullying. Now, Napoleon, once you make this discovery, what do you do next?
These next steps are very critical, especially if you're a parent that's approaching your kid about the problem. First and most important, remind the child that it's not their fault, that sometimes bullies just pick targets, and unfortunately they try to exert their power and control over the target. So parents, wrap your arms around your children. That's most important. Second, for the sake of making sure things are documented, you want to make sure that you save every evidence of cyberbullying. Some of cyberbullying can be very detrimental, so it's important to make sure that you save the evidence, and if it is something that could be sent to officers, etc., you want to make sure that you have the evidence. And report, of course, threats of harm. Make sure that the school is aware, and also prevent any communication or retaliation. Parents are very vital in making sure that the kids understand the magnitude of what the challenge is. So parents become a very strong support system, as well as very strong guardian against any problems that happen after that. So help to prevent that communication, be relentless, and make sure that the school is aware and any authorities that need to know are aware to help reduce the impact of the problem.
And that's key, because as Teresa mentioned in our last segment, when AT&T did their own study, and 80% of the kids who were bullied had never reported that to an adult, or 50% of the 80% that were bullied never reported that to an adult. So it's important to get that message to someone who can help you. And should teachers follow or educators follow some of the same things that you outlined for parents, as far as putting their arms around the child if they notice those signs, and helping them get that information to the right people?
Absolutely. And the other step that I would make sure I add is make sure that your kid has access to professionals who can actually help them walk through what kind of things they can do to rebuild their sense of self, their esteem, who they are as a person, because sometimes attacks like that can affect our sense of self and well-being. So therapy sometimes is a very good option to make sure that people recover pretty well from those types of situations.
Is it a difficult healing process, a long healing process from recovering from being bullied, or perhaps a recovering bully?
The sooner you intervene, the better. Prevention is always worth a pound of cure, an ounce of prevention, that is. So I think it's not a very long process, but it is important to pack your patience, because sometimes it's hard to kind of navigate through things that may have affected you that you feel like shouldn't have affected you. So pack your patience. I think that's very important, and practice the strategy of letting go. The more you let go, the more you realize you have room to receive things that you may not have felt like you could because of the attacks that came against you. So learning to let go is a part of that healing process as well.
And Teresa, AT&T is also empowering teens in another way to rise above online negativity. And what's this, what is it, later hater? Is that later hater?
Yes.
Tell us about the later haters.
When we talk about bullying, they talk about the haters. And so we have a campaign, #LaterHaters, and really it's about mobilizing young people to support each other. One of the reasons cyberbullying is so devastating is because people feel isolated, they feel alone. And so if you feel like you have a support group, that makes a huge difference. And so if you go to laterhaters.att.com, we have a website, and you can get so much information about cyberbullying and how you can prevent it. One of the things that we do is we provide some articles, and we tell students what to do if they encounter a bully. The first thing you should do is not engage the bully. Don't feed the hate. It's so easy to want.
Don't feed the hate.
Don't feed the hate. You want to put your little quick response back. It just exacerbates the situation. So we talk about mobilizing your troops. Kill them with kindness. People don't.
It still works?
It still works. And so these days, the new killing with kindness is emojis. Instead of doing a negative comment, put a smiley face, put a heart, you know, kill them with those emojis. Get your friends together and have them comment on your page. Hashtag later haters or something supportive. And so that makes a huge difference. And so we are encouraging people to use Instagram. We have several memes that they can get right from our Later Haters website. Some celebrities like Gabby Douglas, the Olympic gymnast, is
she's a part of the
Later Haters campaign. There's one meme that she did where she has all her gold medals draped around her, and she says, "This is what it looks like when the haters are looking at you."
And I think she had her share of haters during
she
did,
the Olympics. And that's probably why she's so involved. And so you can take these memes, you can share them on Instagram. We just really want people to band together and mobilize that community.
Okay, that's a great campaign. And show us again, what is it, a hand signal later?
It's a hashtag.
Hashtag. Oh, this is hashtag. See, I'm learning something. Yes.
Later hater, yeah.
I've never physically done the hashtag, but later haters.
Yes.
And you can find that on the AT&T website?
You can, for sure. Yeah.
All right, it's been my pleasure having this conversation with both you and Napoleon. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us very important information that you shared with us today about cyberbullying and keeping our children safe.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. Now, we put that very important information that I've been talking about on abc12.com. Just click on Newsmaker under the community section and you'll be able to find it. Still ahead today, it's back to school time. AT&T is here with the cool gear that you'll need for heading back to school. We'll be right back.